one of the biggest lies that's out there. God can't forgive what I've done. Okay? And this brings us back to what I was saying earlier. It's so amazing how different God is. We make a deal with people, right? I make a business deal with you. I go into business with you. Business partners. Okay? But the minute, let's say, okay, we're business partners, but all of a sudden, you get hooked on cocaine. You start spending all the money. Or you just start making bad business decisions. You're bringing the business down. I'm going to cut you out of the business deal. I'm going to get a lawyer. Hey, it didn't work out, brother. Hey, we're still friends, but done. That's what we do as human beings, right? And you have a right to do that. Okay? Better yet, we get married as humans, and we say, till death do us part. Now, till death do us part is self-explanatory. There's nothing else to it. Till death do us part, right? That's about as far as those vows go, the traditional vow. What does that mean? That means the only thing that's going to separate us is if one of us dies. But listen to how man makes deals. Till death do us part. As long as you weigh the same when I get married to you. And people leave for those reasons. The number one reasons for marriages splitting up is financial strain. Listen to the deals that we make. Till death do us part. As long as you don't, as long as I still feel the same fire that I felt while we were dating. People leave people. I mean, it may sound dumb to some people, but people leave people every day for this reason. There's people changing the vows to instead of as long as we shall live, to as long as we shall love. That's the latest thing. But then they say till death do us part. It doesn't make any sense. But that shows how man is, right? Listen to this. Till death do us part. As long as you don't cheat on me. Okay? Now that's a big one. I make an agreement with my wife as a man, as a Christian, to be with her forever, right? Until death do us part. But if she cheats on me, I'm done. And we have that right. We have the biblical right. So there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that's bad. You have a right. If you marry someone and they cheat on you, you have a right to get out of it. God gave you that right. I don't even know if you should even put up with it, but that's your own, you see what I'm saying? But I just say that you have that right, but the reason why I bring that up is because this shows just how much better God is than we are. Because we're not going to deal with certain things. Even though I say till death do us part, I'm not going to deal with you sleeping around every day. Maybe I might bring you back once. But if you're just a complete whore, I'm not going to stay with you. But God is so much better. Because God says, when I make a deal with you, there's no conditions to it. I'll bring you back no matter what you do. That's what God was saying in the book of Hosea, right? God said to Hosea, he said, take a wife that's a whore. Her name was Gomer, right? I believe it was Gomer. He said, take unto your wife a whore. And she's going to cheat on you. She's going to be in the middle of town selling her body. She's going to be sleeping with men in the streets. She's going to totally embarrass you, humiliate your name, and she's going to do it over and over and over and over again. And you know what you're going to do, Hosea? You're going to bring her back every time. Why? Because I'm going to illustrate to people how I am. Because as ridiculous as that is for man, it's not ridiculous to me to bring you back after you've sinned against me. To bring you back after you've treated me wrong. To bring you back after you've even left me. If we could put God on the earth to kind of make an example, if God was a married person, or you know what I'm saying, God would say, I'll marry you, but even if you leave me and you come back, even if you leave me, you come knocking on my door 10 years later, guess what? I'm going to bring you right back. Why? Because I'm not a man, I'm God. And I'm not intimidated by anything that you do. Because I'm strong enough as God to say, whatever you do, I don't care. Nobody's going to question me, and I'm not intimidated with that sin. The reason why I'm saying that is to show how much better of a relationship God is than any relationship we can ever have with a man or a wife. I mean, isn't that powerful when you look at them like that? That makes God so easy to love. You know? That he can say, yeah, but God, but I'm a homosexual. Well, I don't care. Come back. But God, I left you for 10 years to serve Allah. I don't care. Come back. You see what I'm saying? God, I'm sleeping around. I'm on cocaine. I'm smoking reefer every day. God said, look, I don't care how many people you've been with. I don't care what you've done. I'm not intimidated. When I make a deal with you, it's forever. You can leave me for 20 years. You can leave me for 30 years. You can embarrass me. You can say bad things about me. But I made a deal with you, and when I make a deal, I never change it. Isn't that powerful?
That's real.
That's awesome. Doesn't that make you want to worship? And that makes them easy to love, you know? And the reason why I say that is because that smashes that lie. Well, God can't forgive what I've done because he's not a man. He already forgave you. God says, when I said I forgave you, and when I said I'll never leave you or forsake you, that wasn't like the vow that your wife gave. This is a totally different issue. I'll never leave you or forsake you, ever.